Nier Replicant is my favorite game of all time. The story, the characters, the world, the gameplay, only the remake, is my favorite of all time. And that banging OST, my god, is my favorite video game OST of all time. All perfect. But this video is not about Nier Replicant, so you're probably wondering why did you even bring it up? Well, Nier Replicant, as many of you know, is written, directed, and created by Yoko Taro. He's an amazing writer. He also did Nier Automata, obviously. That game blew up, which led to the original Nier being remade into this perfect remake. He also worked on another series, a series that actually takes place before Nier Replicant. Nier Replicant is a sequel to it, and that series is Drakengard. Ending E of Drakengard is when Nier Replicant picks up on with the story-wise stuff. Nier Replicant is kind of a soft continuation. You don't need to know anything about Drakengard, but if you know Ending E, it really does increase the, oh shit, that's the theme from Drakengard. Anyways, Drakengard 2 is a PS2 cult classic, known for having kinda gameplay again, but having this really good dark story focusing on cosmic horror. But hell, that's not even what we're gonna be talking about in this video, so why did I bring it up? Well, I brought it up because the game actually did get a prequel that takes place before Drakengard 1, and that is Drakengard 3. So, obviously, I decided to go get into the series, and I want to do it in chronological order because why the hell not? So, I decided to start with Drakengard 3. After all, I already played Replicant and Automata, might as well start with the series that came out before. Except Drakengard 3 actually came out after the original Nier. This series on Drakengard 3 won't be too long. This one will only cover about the first 2 chapters of the game. I will go through this as if we're experiencing the game for the very first time, so there won't be much mention of stuff that happens later on, almost like we're playing through it together as I speak my thoughts about it. We start off with an opening cutscene that talks about the lore and setup for this world.
Long ago, in an age tarnished by endless conflict, 5 beautiful goddesses descended upon the land. The goddesses sang mystical songs that restored peace and harmony to our broken world. The people began to worship these holy songstresses and came to refer to them as intoners. Thanks to the efforts of these intoners, the chaos of war became a distant memory. And as a result, mankind enjoyed an age of sweet reverie, basking in the newfound light
And then, of course, we get this amazing display of who our main character is with Mortal, because that's great.
Savage. I think you mean intoner.
She's in there! Take her down! Kill the traitorous demon!
She's so cool! This cutscene shows off how strong she is, how her whole flippy dippies, her slashy slashes. God, it's just such a cool, false impression you get of Zero. All put together with some cool poses, obviously. Also, we get introduced to her dragon, which is named Michael. Yeah, Michael. Not exactly what you would expect for a giant mythical white dragon, but yeah, Michael's fine. I'm okay with it.
It's time to put an end to the intoners.
This first level does that classic video game theme where let's start you off at basically your character's peak. Your health bar is gigantic, you're using the default weapon, but it's fine. It would be way too much to introduce you to all the other weapon types all at once. One thing I do like that this game does is that it does a good job of showing off how, well, look how strong Zero is by making the enemies die to you pretty easy. Even when your character gets down leveled after the next level, enemies are still pretty easy. They come in hordes. It's a hack and slash game, and I think that's a good genre for where your character's overpowered. It's not like a Muso game, but it's sort of in between there. It feels like a Muso game, but in these short, tiny corridors with a little bit of action game sprinkled in, but we'll talk about that later. You also learn one of my favorite mechanics of this game. It's displayed right away. Enemy soldiers talk. Yeah, they're not important, they're not even subtitled, but they still talk. You could hear short conversations of them. Some of them comedic, some of them just begging for their life, and some of them actually giving some lore to the game. That's pretty cool in my opinion. So, what is Zero up to? Well, like she said, put the end to the intonals.
It's time to put an end to the intoners.
Well, and those intonals happen to be your sisters.
Where the hell are my sisters?
Are you certain about this, Zero? About slaying all of the intoners?
Of course. Why else would I be stabbing everyone?
So she has to take down all of her sisters in order to defeat all the intonals. Now, why is she doing this? Well, we won't actually find out for a while. Because, well, she's just doing it. And you gotta deal with that until you find out later. Even Michael, who is this very loyal and cool sounding dude, listen to that voice. Ooh, that's a good voice.
Because anger will only slow you, Sushi.
Look, I know that. It's just... forget it.
Even he's like, are you sure about this? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. This first level also goes to establish something important. How edgy Zero is. Oh my god, she's so edgy and I love it. What an edgelord. She's like a top tier edgelord.
Get a medic! This crazy intoner's gonna kill us all!
Sure, why not? I haven't killed any medics yet.
All she's missing is that dark evil armor, but nah, that would be too much for Zero. She is also elegant at murdering people. She's like a ballerina dancer killing people. It's so great. So, let's talk about the combat, shall we? You can obviously lock on, and you have your light and heavies. The heavies in this game use a stamina bar, which I didn't really understand because the stamina bar basically instantly fills up. The stamina bar at the top is basically just a timer for when you can use your heavy attack again. Which, I mean, is pretty obvious because, well, you can't spam heavy attacks in any action game. They all have long startups, so that's what that's used for. Of course, you have an evade, and you also have a parry, which is very finicky. I found it's the biggest bad thing about the combat because it doesn't really work. At least I can't get the timing down. It seems kind of random. Sometimes I parry, sometimes I don't. You also have an aerial combo, which is needed to, well, attack the big boys, TM. Then, of course, Intono mode. Consider Intono mode your devil trigger. It's exactly what it is. It's in a bunch of action games. Bayonetta 2 has its own form of that feature too. But basically, it's just devil trigger time. And it is one of the coolest I've ever seen in any game ever for one thing in specific. When you activate Intono mode, the music gets vocals. I'm pretty sure it's the same vocalist from the Nier game, so the vocals are gonna be amazing. The chanting is beautiful. It also means that they had to put extra effort in making a version of the song without the vocals and then a version of the song with the vocals, which is just great. It also charges up pretty quickly. You can pick up these red little pickups that barely appear in the game, but you can pick them up. That will increase your Intono mode gauge, which is that nice, beautiful flower at the top. Sadly, halfway through the level, Michael does take some damage.
You don't have the strength for this.
These puddles are no match for a dragon.
Fine. Just don't die on me.
You did good, Michael. You better survive. Because we're probably gonna need you later, let's be honest. We're going up against 5 other people who are probably around our strength. Yeah, we're gonna need you. Let's go meet the sisters, shall we?
Hold on, beloved sisters. I'm coming to kill you all.
It's been a long time.
Wow, a group of magical anime
Has
girls.
it? I didn't notice.
You haven't changed a bit. You're still insane.
Stop it, you're embarrassing me.
That wasn't a compliment.
Hey, it's Zero! Hey, Zero! Zero, this fighting is pointless! You have to stop! We're sisters!
Oh, don't be such a prude, Four. A good catfight really gets my juices flowing. Wow, I sure am popular around here.
Enough talk, Zero. This is the end.
Oh, it's the end, all right.
It's time to beat up these Madoka Magica ripoffs, which is also an inspiration for them, by the way. One great thing this boss fight does is that it introduces each of the characters with a little line that basically gives you a tiny bit of their personality, which, well, this game desperately needs. So from our little interaction with 2, we really get nothing from her other than, hey, I'm going on a trip, bitch, I'm leaving this place.
Hey, Zero, guess what? Next month, I'm going on a trip. So actually, I really don't have time for this right now.
I wouldn't bother packing for your trip, too.
Huh? Why not? Are you gonna pack for me?
No, I'm gonna kill you.
Oh,
3 is, well, weird. She speaks in poetry and is philosophical. Not really, it's just speaking in poetry.
Caged bird cannot be free, even if it flees the cage. A bird without freedom has no place in the skies.
You never did make any damn sense, 3.
Perhaps restraint is a source of happiness unto itself.
Would you just shut up and die already?
4 is portrayed as the happy and wholesome one who doesn't want no fighting. On the outside. We'll get into that later.
consider your actions! The real Zero would never do anything like this! We're family! Whatever's troubling you, I'll help however I can!
You'll help, huh? Well, I suppose there is one thing you can do for me. You can curl up
And 5 can just be described as horny, sexual.
Are you about to get ravaged by your own sisters, Zero? What happened? Stop leering at me. I just love a silly loser. I get the worst headaches listening to you. Poor thing. I'd love to let you rest your head on my magnificent bosom, but it seems like you're destined to fight instead. Fate can be such a cruel mistress.
And 2 gets basically nothing. However, we get to know more of why 0 is doing this.
What do you want from us, Zero? What do you think? There's only enough room in this world for one.
And you'd kill your own sisters for that right.
That's kind of what I'm doing.
And of course, after a bit of slashing, we take them all out. And by take them all out, I mean they retreat back. And of course, they gotta have their own big ass dragon that gets in the way. And yeah, we won't be able to beat this one. His name is Gabriel too, another normal name for a dragon. And when I said 0 was gonna lose and that we can't beat this, yeah, I meant she's also gonna lose an arm, a whole entire arm.
Finish her.
Thankfully,
die!
we have our own dragon to come in with the save. Shows off the main power of the Internals, that being song. However, Michael with his injury was not able to defend us perfectly, and we fall off. And with that, we get a time jump. I can't wait to see more of Michael. He seems like a pretty interesting Oh. Okay. And that's all for now. I'm gonna split this video into another part. I want to get this prologue over with because I think it's very information heavy, while the next parts won't be that information heavy, so it could feel overwhelming just to watch this and then me to go on to talk about chapter 1 and chapter 2 and onwards and onwards. Also because I want to get a video out before E3 begins because, well, I know none of you are gonna be watching my ass. I also want to see if you guys even cared about this, though I think that's kind of dumb when I only get like 40 views to 20 views a video, because I mean that's what I average, so it's kind of hard to tell if people are even engaged. So let me know in the comments, that would be great. As always, check out my Twitter for some updates on videos and just normal tweets. If you like this video, leave a like, and if you want to see more, obviously subscribe. I'm trying my best here. Oh boy, it is so difficult to do YouTube. God damn. Share this video if you enjoyed it. As always, thank you all. Goodbye. Have yourselves a good week. And enjoy E3. I'll be watching it with my girlfriend, so yeah, hopefully you guys have a great E3 too, hoping for some good reveals.